After 7.5 months in country, on September 24th, we were out on a patrol with the Afghan National Police, and we were hit with an improvised explosive device, an IED, and I just happened to be the gunner of the truck that day. When the IED went off, I was blown out of the truck. Approximately 40 feet away from the truck, I landed. Landed pretty much on my face. The Taliban doesn't just hit and run, so when they blow the truck up, that's their way to get the convoy stopped, and that's when they attack you. So there was just a whole lot going on. Me laying on the side of the road, screaming for a medic. So before anybody else even got to return fire on the Taliban, this Navy corpsman was already with me, checking me over, seeing what I needed. And while he was doing that, he was still returning fire. After I made sure I saw all the other 3 guys that were with me were alive, I kind of did a self-inventory, so it was within probably a minute or 2. I realized that, okay, well, my right leg I thought was just broken because the foot was a little funny. My left leg, looking at it, I knew it was broken off. The next thing I remember is waking up at Bagram Airfield in the hospital, probably a day and a half later, with the general presenting me with a Purple Heart. And then it was more surgeries there. Then I was flown to Landstuhl in Germany. They did some work on me there, and then flew me from Landstuhl to Andrews Air Force Base in Washington. And I've been at Walter Reed since September 29th. I am up on prosthetic legs, walking slowly, takes time, but that's about where I'm at right now.
Well, the first thing that I did is I wanted to get a hold of the Army, find out where he was, where I could get to him. I just needed to hear his voice. The first thing he said was, "I'm coming home." That's all I needed to hear. I was on the next flight to Walter Reed.
I had only been out of surgery maybe 30 minutes, and they were taking me up to ICU. Rolled out on the gurney, and I saw her standing there, and I almost had to do a double take. After coming out of surgery with all that medication, I wasn't sure if I was seeing it or imagining it.
The big thing is when he got home, that we would get married. So as soon as I heard him and I heard his voice and he said he was coming home, I made sure that no matter what it took, I was going down there with rings, getting a hold of the chaplain that was at Walter Reed, and making my promise happen.
And the day we got married, the actually kind of funny thing was they had to lay off the medication on me to make sure I was coherent, understood exactly what was going on, and I talked to the chaplain a little bit, and just to make sure that I was fully aware. As soon as the ceremony was over, the first thing the nurses had to do was come back in and stop my IVs again, because they didn't want me to stop them in the first time. But it was my choice and Donna's choice, just to make sure I was with it. And I didn't care about what they said. It was only an hour. After everything I had already been through, an hour without painkillers, yeah, I think I can handle that. The house currently is 4 levels. I have access to 1 level at a time. And even at best, I only have access to 2 of the levels. When I am on the first level, it's the living room, the kitchen, and the dining room. That's it. It's the only places I can go. To get up to the second floor where the bathroom is, I need help. I can't just get up because there's still stairs. So I have to sit on the stairs. One at a time, my wife has to physically help me go from stair to stair until I'm at the top of the stairway. So then she has to help me onto this small stool, carry my wheelchair up the stairs, set it up again, bring it up to where the stool is, and then help me into the chair again. And then move the stool so I can just get into the bathroom. Even in the bathroom, just to get into the shower. I have to go from the wheelchair, sit on the toilet. My wife comes in, takes the wheelchair out. I have to then transfer to a shower bench. Then I transfer and I sit on the side of the tub while my wife takes that shower bench up over my head and then putting it under me in the tub. Just so, and then I can manage to get my way onto the shower bench.
Again, the levels, it's the levels. It's the safety. It's the whole safety issue. God forbid if there was ever a fire here. If he was not on a level that I could get to him and get him in a wheelchair and get him down a ramp and get him out, we're pretty landlocked if we're up on that second floor. There's no way for me to get him out anywhere.
My biggest thing is I want to be able to go into the girls, say goodnight to them. But as a father, if something happened, I can't get to them to help them. Whatever the reason is. Something happens to them while they're in their room, I can't get in there to help. Like I said, the new house, if we got one floor, or at least everything accessible to me in my wheelchair, would definitely make me feel a lot better, more of a normal father figure in the house. The kids need something, I can go ahead and do it. I don't have to wait 15, 20 minutes or till Dawn is finished or interrupt her. Drag me up the stairs, drag my wheelchair up the stairs, just so I can go up and help them with their homework or whatever the case may be. It'd just be a lot more normal from my aspect, just to be able to move freely about the house.
The kids, I mean, they could, screech around with Michael in his wheelchair all on one level. They can do stuff, especially getting in and out, still be able to play softball like we used to. He could still work on his trucks and his hopefully his motorcycle again down the road. Just make him feel more like it used to.